Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So, into the last video, we discussed about the approach for solving up the statistical problems, right? So, we discussed up this respective approach. Now, today in this particular video, I'll be taking you through the stepwise procedure for solving up the statistical problems. Okay. So let me get down this recap of the previous video I would give in the last, not right here. Okay. So let me just quickly take up a new color here and. Okay, let's do this with this one, and now let me proceed on with the writings. Okay, so my very step, the step one of mine goes up like this. That first of all, what do you have to do for approaching up a statistical problem? You have to write your hypothesis, and write your hypothesis and plan your research design the very first thing that you have to do. So you have to write up your hypothesis and plan your research design into that respective case. Okay, the very first step that you have to follow. Now in this like writing up the statistical hypothesis, into that you have the null hypothesis, the alternate hypothesis, everything you're having there, right? So the very first approach will be you have to do that all of the hypothesis and you have to simply plan up your research design. Now the second step which goes up here is that you have to collect data. You have to collect up the data from a sample. Okay, from a sample you have to collect up the data, and onto that respective data only further you have to proceed on with the different things, like you have to do the sampling of that data for performing up the statistical things, and all those things could be done up here at this respective place for your respective data whatever you have collected like from a sample, right? Now, how to do up the sampling and all those respective things that I did already have covered up into my previous videos of the statistics for data science. So you can just go out and watch out those videos. So if you do not know about the sampling, if you want to know about the hypothesis testing and all those quiz and all the alternate, the hypothesis testing and rest everything. So yeah, again, you could go on to my previous videos and have a look, because yes, I did already covered up that things into my previous videos. Okay, great. Further, after my step 2, I have my step number 3. So my step 3 goes up in such a manner that in the step 3 I have to summarize. In the step 3 I have to summarize your data. In, let me just get down and get out some space. So summarize your data in descriptive statistics. In descriptive statistics. Okay, what does this come in the descriptive statistics? Like inspecting your data, like organizing your data onto the frequency distribution tables, right? Displaying the data from the key variables in the bar chart, making up the scatter plot. So this is how you will be summarizing up your data in the descriptive statistics. Okay, so in statistics we have descriptive and inferential 2 times. So for the descriptive you have to go ahead with the step number 3. So like when you have collected up your data, and when you have actually collected up all of your data, so you inspect them, and you calculate out the descriptive statistics, and that summarizes your complete data. So yes, the same procedure has to be followed up here. You have to summarize up your data into the descriptive statistics. Fine. Then your goes the step number 4. Okay, now what is the step number 4? So into that, your step number 4 goes that you have to test the hypothesis, or make estimates, with inferential statistics. So into the step number 4, you have to test the hypothesis or you have to make up the estimates with the inferential statistics. So into that, the estimation and the hypothesis things will come and help you about. Okay, so like what are the different estimations, like point estimation, interval estimation, all of those things will come up here. You have to apply up all of those respective things, you have to apply up all of those respective rules, and then further you have to do up the hypothesis, or you have to make up the estimates with the inferential statistics. So in the step number 3, there came the use for the descriptive statistics, right? In the step number 3, you did use about the descriptive statistics. And here up in the step number 4, you have to use up the inferential statistics. So it's not that case that one type of statistics is used and the other one is not used. No. First of all, this descriptive has been used, and then comes the use for your inferential statistics. Okay. And now further going up with the step number 5, you have to interpret your results. Okay, so now on to the step number 5, you have to interpret your results, that how are your results, like the statistical significance of your results, and what are the results that you have achieved after this hypothesis and after all of those respective steps. That has to be mentioned up by you, right? So into that, now what do you have to you have to compare up the different types of values. Statistically, you have to make up some significant results that will help you to get and interpret your final results. Okay, so these are the 5 steps that you have to use up here for approaching up the any kind of a statistical analysis problems. Now if you're not clear with any of the type of thing here, any type of a step, that what is this and how to approach, what are the topics and how do I learn the topics. So what are the approaches I did have mentioned up here, for all of these things I already have up a lot of videos onto my respective playlist for starters for data science. So there you could go ahead and simply follow up any other respective topic which you want to learn among all of these steps. So first of all, you have to write up your hypothesis and you have to plan about your research design, right? The very first step that you have to do. Then you have to collect some data from a sample. Whatever the sample you are having, from that whatever data you are having, collect up some sample from that data. Then you have to summarize up your data in using the descriptive statistics. So with the help of the descriptive statistics, you will be summarizing up your data. Further, on the step number 4, you have to test up the hypothesis, or you have to make up the estimates with the inferential statistics. Now, after summarizing your data in the with the help of descriptive statistics, you will be testing the hypothesis, or you will be making up the estimates with the inferential statistics. And further, with the step number 5, you have to interpret your results, whatever are achieved. Right? So now, if I talk about this thing, whatever we just did, long way, so I could tell you that. So first of all, statistical analysis actually means about the investigation of the trends, the patterns and the relationships with the help of the quantitative data. So it is an important research tool which is used by the scientists, by the governments, by the businesses and many other organizations. Now for drawing up some valid conclusions, the statistical analysis requires the careful planning from the very start of the research process. In that, you need to specify your hypothesis and make the decisions about your research design, about your sample size and about the sampling procedure. After collecting data from your sample, you can organize and summarize the data using the descriptive statistics. Okay. Then you have to use up that inferential statistics for formally testing the hypothesis and making the estimates about the population. And then finally, you can interpret and generalize your findings completely, right? So this is actually a theoretical approach and a step-by-step approach for solving of the statistical problems, whatever you get further. So now here we finish up the statistics for data science. From my side, I covered each and every topic, whatever is required, whatever is not required. I just gave you the knowledge for each and every respective topic into this. So the complete playlist has been now updated, and from there you could just go ahead and you could start learning your statistics for data science. For the next, I'll be coming up with the now probability. Okay, so statistics we did have covered. Now the next one will come up the probability. So now we'll be covering about the probability for the probability for the data science. Right, so I hope that you have enjoyed learning the statistics for data science. So if you did enjoy learning, then please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and then follow me for the probability for data science as well. Right, so from next like video for the statistics, we'll be doing up the probability. Right, so this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.